Mr. Nam is a middle-aged man. At the age of 45, he has built a large construction company with hundreds of employees and contracts worth tens of billions of VND. He often appears at lavish parties and is referred to in the press as a successful man. However, few people know that to have the success he has today, Mr. Nam has experienced a difficult youth. As a child, Mr. Nam lived in a poor family. His parents are farmers and their income is precarious. He often had to help his family by selling lottery tickets very early. In those days, he experienced the pain of having to wake up before dawn, wandering the streets to make a living. Each lottery ticket sold is not only a coin, but also a hope for the future of him and his family. In those difficult moments, he always nurtured the dream of a better life. He wished to be able to study to the destination, escape from poverty. Memories of his childhood still haunt him, making him feel cherished every moment of his current life. When he saw the poor people around him, he couldn't help but feel sorry and sympathetic. This has created a sensitive soul in him, a person who is always willing to help others. Despite his success, deep down, Mr. Nam still carries with him the fear that everything can change at any time. He often wonders if he can sustain this success. Therefore, during luxurious parties, he often felt lonely, as if he was standing in the middle of a crowd but did not belong there. He has always longed to find connection, something more meaningful than numbers and achievements. When he leaves home on a normal morning, he brings not only the materials for the meeting, but also his reflections on life, about the people he can help. His mind is full of questions about the true meaning of success. What can he do to contribute to bringing joy to others, in the same way he once wished to do as a lottery ticket boy? On a normal morning, Mr. Nam hurriedly left the house to go to an important meeting. When his luxury car stopped at a busy intersection, he couldn't help but feel the pressure from the heavy responsibilities he was carrying. While he was intently examining the documents, his mind was still full of thoughts about projects, contracts, and numbers. He felt like he was living in a non-stop spiral, where everything revolved around work and success. Suddenly, a slight knock on the glass door made him raise his head. It was Hannah, a little girl about 8 years old with a small figure, dark skin and big round eyes. The little girl wore old clothes, holding a stack of lottery tickets in her hand. Hannah's eyes contained hope but also shyness, making Mr. Nam feel sad. When the little girl invited, "Uncle, can you buy me some lottery tickets?" His soft but trembling voice made him wonder. He looked into Hannah's innocent eyes, and in that moment, the memory of the hard days of the past rushed back. He recalled the image of himself, as a boy selling lottery tickets, struggling with life to earn every penny for his family. Sympathy surged in his heart, and he could not ignore her sincerity. Mr. Nam hesitated, partly because of his busy schedule, but partly urged him to act. He smiled slightly, feeling the miraculous connection between the two generations. Instead of buying lottery tickets, he decided to give Hannah 100,000 VND. This act was not merely a financial help, but also a gesture of his compassion and deep empathy for the poor. When he handed the money to Hannah, her eyes lit up, a smile on her face. In that moment, Mr. Nam felt an unexpected joy, as if he had found a part of himself in that action. He realized that, in the hectic moments of life, small actions can bring great joy not only to the recipient but also to the giver. And it was this that aroused in him a strong desire to continue to help those around him, so that no one would have to go through the difficulties that he had experienced. Hannah, an 8-year-old girl who lives in a poor neighborhood, has faced difficulties from a very young age. Every morning, she gets up early, before the sun rises, to go out with her mother to sell lottery tickets. Hannah's life is not just about making money, but also a challenging journey and effort to help her family. Every day, when she holds lottery tickets in her hands, Hannah not only sees them as an opportunity to make a living, but also as a bridge between her and her big dreams. She has always dreamed of going to school, learning and having a brighter future. However, the harsh reality forced her to put those dreams aside. Hannah feels sadness and frustration creep into her soul as she sees her peers go to school, while she struggles to make ends meet. Still, Hannah never gave up. She is always looking for small moments of joy in life. Every time she sells a lottery ticket, she feels proud to have helped her family. But inside, she also felt lonely and lacking in love. She often wonders if there is a way to change her fate. When she met Mr. Nam, a successful man, Hannah's eyes lit up with hope. She not only saw a potential customer, but also felt empathy from him. When he smiled and decided to help her, her heart seemed to bloom. His actions not only brought her some money, but also lit a fire of hope in her soul. After that meeting, Hannah felt that she was not alone in this fight. She began to believe that there were kind people who were willing to help, and that gave her strength. She decided that she would not only sell lottery tickets, but also try to learn from the people around her, looking for opportunities to develop herself. Hannah began to spend her free time studying on her own, reading books, and asking people who passed by. She knew that the road ahead would not be easy, but perseverance and determination became the driving force behind her moving forward. Gradually, she became not only a lottery ticket girl, but also a symbol of effort and hope for herself and those around her. Hannah's journey to adulthood is not only the story of a poor little girl, but also a testament to the power of perseverance and empathy. She has learned that, no matter how difficult life is, if there are dreams and efforts, everything can change. Mr. Nam, with his talent and relentless efforts, has built a solid career in the construction industry. From the early days of starting a business, he has faced countless difficulties. Coming from a poor background, he understands the value of every penny and always feels the pressure to succeed not only for himself but also for his family. When he first started, he worked hard, often staying up late and getting up early to complete projects. He is not only a manager but also a worker, directly involved in each stage of the work. Each brick and every building bears the mark of dedication and love that he has for the profession. He always kept in mind that, in order to be able to lead others, he must first be an example. However, careers don't always go smoothly. There were times when the project failed, making him feel helpless and depressed. Long nights of waking up thinking about the future of the company. He often wonders if he can afford to overcome this challenge. The worry of not being able to provide his employees with a stable job has always haunted him. He felt a heavy responsibility, not only to those who had trusted and worked with him, but also to his family and community. Despite encountering many obstacles, Mr. Nam still did not give up. He is always looking for opportunities to learn and grow. He participates in trainings, workshops, and networking with industry insiders. From his failures, he learned valuable lessons and constantly improved his working methods. He understood that only perseverance and determination could help him overcome any difficulties. As the company gradually grew, Mr. Nam began to focus on creating a positive working environment for employees. He organizes gatherings, encouraging people to share ideas and initiatives. He wants people to not only see the company as a place to work, but also as a family. His care and respect for his employees has created a strong sense of solidarity, helping the company overcome difficult challenges. Gradually, Mr. Nam not only became a successful businessman but also a role model for many young people. He regularly participates in charity activities, helping the less fortunate in the community. He understands that success is not only measured by money but also by the values he brings to society. Mr. Nam's career is not only a personal journey, but also a story of perseverance, dedication, and compassion. He has proven that, with determination and continuous effort, anyone can overcome challenges and achieve their dreams. 15 years have passed since the first meeting between Mr. Nam and Hannah. Time has brought great changes to both of them. Mr. Nam has now become a successful businessman, but deep down, he still retains memories of the past, of his difficulties, and the people who have helped him in his journey to adulthood. When one day he happened to meet Hannah again at a charity event he was organizing. She has now become a confident young girl, with bright eyes and a bright smile. Time has not dulled her beauty and resilience, but on the contrary, it has further highlighted the inner strength she has accumulated throughout the difficult years. When their eyes met, a sense of belonging rushed back to Mr. Nam's heart. He felt as if time had turned back, bringing him back to the moment when he had helped Hannah. But now, he saw not just a poor little girl, but a strong, determined, and energetic woman. He felt a change in her heart, and it made him feel proud. Hannah was also surprised to see Mr. Nam. She clearly remembers the image of him from years ago, who gave her hope and motivation to strive. In this moment of reunion, she felt a deep appreciation and gratitude for him. She did not forget the words of encouragement and help he gave her. As they chatted, Mr. Nam realized that Hannah had become a visionary and passionate person in helping the community. She works for a charity, trying to bring opportunities to poor children like herself in the past. He was delighted to see that she not only lived for herself but also contributed to society. Throughout the conversation, both of them felt a deep connection. They share stories about their journeys, the difficulties and successes they have experienced. Mr. Nam was touched when he heard Hannah talk about her efforts to overcome barriers in life. She is a testament to the power of perseverance and relentless effort. This meeting was not only a coincidence, but also an important milestone in the lives of both of them. Mr. Nam realized that what he had done for Hannah was not only to help a poor girl, but also to sow the seeds of compassion for a new generation. As for Hannah, she felt empowered by what Mr. Nam had done for her, and that motivated her to continue on the path she had chosen. When they broke up, they both felt full of hope for the future. They know that, no matter how much time passes, the values they have shared will live on forever, and the seeds of compassion will continue to germinate in their lives. After the unexpected meeting, the relationship between Mr. Nam and Hannah gradually became closer. They began to meet more often, sharing their ideas and dreams. From the initial conversations, they realized that they both had the same goal: to create positive changes for the community. Hannah, with enthusiasm and passion, often tells Mr. Nam about the charity projects she is working on. She wants to help poor children, giving them the opportunity to learn and develop. Meanwhile, Mr. Nam, with his experience and resources, is excited to be able to support Hannah in these efforts. He realized that partnering with her was not only an opportunity to do good, but also a way for him to return to the values he once pursued. When planning a fundraising event together, the psychology of both is full of excitement. Hannah felt like she was living in a dream. Not only did she have the opportunity to implement her ideas, but she also received support from someone she always admired. She felt trust and encouragement from Mr. Nam, which made her even more determined. Meanwhile, Mr. Nam also felt nervous and happy. He recalled the early days of starting a business, when he also cherished big dreams. The collaboration with Hannah is like a breath of fresh air, giving him a youthful and energetic feeling. He felt that he was not only an entrepreneur, but also a person who could contribute to the development of society. As the event unfolded, the two worked hard together, from preparation to promotion. Hannah demonstrates her leadership and creativity, while Mr. Nam uses her experience and connections to attract attention from the community. They have combined each other's strengths perfectly, creating a strong team. When they saw the successful event, their mood was full of joy and pride. They realized that this friendship and collaboration not only benefits the project, but also helps them to mature. Hannah feels she has found a soulmate, someone she can trust and share big dreams with. Mr. Nam also feels happy to be able to accompany Hannah on this journey. He realized that the values he pursued were not only in his work but also in his relationships with those around him. The collaboration with Hannah has opened up a new way of looking at life, friendship, and human connection. They understand that friendship and cooperation are not just relationships, but also powerful sources of motivation to help them overcome all difficulties and work together towards a brighter future. Together, they began to work on a project to build low-cost residential areas for low-income people. They create not only a place to live, but also an opportunity for the poor to live and work. Through this project, Mr. Nam and Hannah not only help those in need, but also spread the message of compassion and sharing. Finally, Mr. Nam and Hannah opened a charity fund to support poor children, helping children in difficult circumstances like Hannah in the past. They believe that a small act can change a life, and that compassion has great power. The seed of compassion that Mr. Nam sowed has sprouted and grown into a big tree, bringing hope and opportunity to many others.